Hello everyone and welcome back to another must-see chess game by Wilhelm Steinitz. Well, Steinitz defies, challenges 5 chess players in a blindfolded chess simul, and one of his opponents was George Berry, the brother of Sam Berry. And who was Sam Berry? No one knows. That's a mystery to everyone. Okay, so these are the informations in the chessgames.com database. And let's see what happened in this chess game. This is from 1865, so Steinitz was basically blindfolded, and this is a very impressive chess game by Wilhelm Steinitz. So he starts the game with e4, e5, knight to c3, and this is the Vienna game, bishop to c5, and then f4, and this is the Vienna gambit, but declined. Bishop takes on g1, declining with capturing the knight, and giving up the bishop with capturing the knight, and that was a developed piece, so capturing an undeveloped piece, so this is not a good idea usually. Rook takes on g1, d6, and d4 by Wilhelm Steinitz, charging at the center, e takes on d4, queen takes on d4, knight to f6, and bishop to e3, so developing the pieces, and black castled, h3, knight to c6, queen goes back, and targeting the e-pawn, and Wilhelm Steinitz is pushing the g-pawn, so this is pawn storm. And he's dropping the e-pawn, maybe he forgot about his pawn as he was blindfolded, or maybe this is not the case, maybe Wilhelm Steinitz has a third eye, maybe he was very strong, so this was sacrificing the pawn intentionally. Knight takes, rook takes on e4, and then Wilhelm Steinitz castled from the queen side. Queen to e7, is he going to drop the bishop as well as he was blindfolded? No, he didn't miss that, so bishop goes back, queen down, f5 by Wilhelm Steinitz, gaining the space advantage, rook over, defending the a-pawn, so he sees everything. When he was blindfolded, he didn't miss the a-pawn, defending, and then b5. So black is sacrificing his b-pawn, but Wilhelm Steinitz didn't take that pawn, and he didn't want to open the file, because if bishop takes on b5, as you can see, the queen is also aiming on b2, and you can take the rook after rook to b8 because there is going to be a checkmate threat. So bishop to d3 by Wilhelm Steinitz, a very good move. He is not falling into the trap, and in this position he is making g5 move possible, so both defending on f5 and g5 is on the cards. So rook to b8, lining the rook with the king, but then g5 by Wilhelm Steinitz as planned, so defending the queen, and then he played a very strong move. It should be very easy. Well, he pushed the f-pawn f6 by Wilhelm Steinitz, and capturing the pawn would be a great mistake, a blunder. So black didn't make that blunder. We have queen to e6. Let's check out what happens if capturing the pawn, then capturing back with check, and also attacking the queen. And if moving the king, actually this is stronger than capturing the queen. And how to defend the checkmate threat? Actually there is no sensible defense in this position. So this is why not capturing, and then b3 by Wilhelm Steinitz, attacking the rook, defending, and then attacking the queen, and it looks like black has a back rank issue, so knight to e5, blocking with the knight, but we see a very exciting move. Of course, in this position, if moving the queen to a safe spot, not of course on d7, but if something like queen to d5, then rook up is going to be checkmate. There is back rank problem, so both developing the knight and blocking. And then Steinitz played a very exciting move. He played bishop to c5. Capturing the bishop is possible, but then black is going to have a very difficult position because of the problem at the back rank. Not capturing the bishop, we have rook to a6. Again, don't forget that, I can't stress this enough, Wilhelm Steinitz was blindfolded and he's playing actually amazingly. So after bishop to c5, what happens if capturing? Then queen to f4, and of course threatening to take the knight, and that is going to be very dangerous. So if knight takes on d3, then queen takes on c7, was the idea, and threatening checkmate and also attacking the rook. So this is actually the only sensible defense, defending the queen and the checkmate as well. But then rook to e7 is a very strong move by white. If capturing the queen, then rook up checkmate, back rank is a big problem for black. So bishop to c5, rook to h6, and queen to f4 by Wilhelm Steinitz. g6 closing the light diagonal, but queen to h4, and how to defend after queen to h6. Well, black maybe confidently captured the pawn on h3. So maybe black thought that, okay, this guy was blindfolded. He doesn't see what's hanging and he's dropping his pawns. Poor guy, he was blindfolded. But Wilhelm Steinitz opens the h-file on purpose. So this is also defending the threat against queen to h6, queen to d4 by Wilhelm Steinitz, bishop to f5. But then the open file, the h-file is a big problem. Queen to g4 and insisting, begging for exchanging the queens. But Steinitz did not exchange the queens. He played the most precise move. This is the most precise move. Bishop takes on f5. What a move. Not exchanging, actually not, it doesn't look very impressive, but this is the best move and he's not missing anything when he was blindfolded. Very impressive. We have exchanging the queens. But if queen takes, then white has a very strong move in this position. Can you see that move? Well, that is rook takes on h7, and if capturing the rook, then check, and how to stop the checkmate threat on g7. So okay, this move was very strong. Queen takes on d4, and then bishop takes queen, and also attacking the knight. We have knight to f3. You can clearly see that if capturing the bishop, then capturing the knight, and capturing the pawn, and also the f-pawn is hanging, everything is falling apart. Black has a very difficult position. You can double the rook later, and how to defend the mate. Well, this looks very dangerous for black. Everything is falling apart. So this is why we have knight to f3. But this time, I think this was the most impressive move of Wilhelm Steinitz. After knight to f3, he played a very impressive move. What would you do in this position in 1860s when there was no technology, when there was no computers, no established theory of chess, when Wilhelm Steinitz was also, he was also blindfolded. He had all kinds of handicap, but he didn't miss the top engine move when he was blindfolded. Very impressive. Can you guess, but can you guess the next move of Wilhelm Steinitz? In 1860s, he didn't miss the move. In this position, can you see the strongest move? Okay, I'm going to give you 5 seconds, but if you want, you can also pause the video. I think this is very impressive. Okay, so did you see bishop takes on g6? Actually, this is the strongest move. Steinitz didn't miss anything. He basically had a third eye. And sacrificing the exchange, knight takes on e1, and also sacrificing the bishop. It is a little bit complicated. It's mind-boggling, to say the least. So if capturing the bishop with the f-pawn, then rook to e7, and how to stop rook takes, everything is falling apart. And if h5, en passant. If knight takes, then f7. And then rook to d7, and the question is this, how to stop pushing the pawn and then queen. Black is going to desperately watch the pawn marching. Incredible. And you might also ask what happens if capturing the bishop with the h-pawn, then rook up. And this is also looking very dangerous. And so if capturing the bishop, for example, then rook over, and you can stop the checkmate threat, some random move. And we have checkmate. We have checkmate, just like this. There is no defense. So you can see that actually bishop takes on g6 was a very, very strong move. A very impressive move to find in a blindfolded chess simul when you were playing against 5 different gentlemen simultaneously. Pretty deep position, pretty nice. A great deep thinking by Wilhelm Steinitz. So this was the move. Bishop takes on g6, and capturing the bishop with the f pawn or with the h pawn doesn't work because of the example that I showed you. So knight takes on e1, sacrificing the exchange, but Steinitz is going all the way. Bishop takes on h7, the light square bishop, that son of a gun, has no breaks, so we have king to f8, escaping, but after a small touch by Steinitz, bishop to f5, black resigned. Very, very, very impressive. Unbelievable. Well, he was blindfolded. So how to defend the checkmate threat? Rook to h8. Did you see bishop takes, by the way? Did you see that? Very impressive move. Okay. Some people criticizes Wilhelm Steinitz for not playing with the most modern, most correct way, because he liked to walk his king. He liked to take his king to a walk. But this chess game, just this chess game alone itself, proves that he actually had a tremendous talent. So let me show you the possible continuation. I'm going to show you the most obvious one. If moving the knight, checkmate in one move, rook up. Of course, there is no question about that. And if something like a king to e8, this is still getting checkmated. The bishop covers the escape square, also the pawn. So this is checkmate. And king to g8 is the only defense, but then white has a very strong move. Can you see that move? Let me give you 3 seconds for this one. It is not too difficult. It is actually pretty obvious. Okay, your time is starting from now. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, did you see g6 and how to stop g7 and then checkmate? So f takes on g6. What else? Because if pushing the pawn, you can stop rook to h8. The king is stuck. So f takes on g6, but then bishop check, and now what? Storm clouds gathered around the black king. Checkmate. There is no defense. Amazing chess game by Wilhelm Steinitz. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this chess game, and I hope to see you next time with more impressive chess games from the chess history. Stay safe, take care, and bye bye.